Yo, what's happening, my people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the Mandem talk. Big up to everybody who's locked in right now. Smash that like button, you get me? On a Wednesday, cold, wet. The Mandem stepped in, you get me, from work and that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Mandem, Tyrone. Or should I say, Rasta Tyrone? In a
Rasta
building.
time.
Wagwan, man. Wagwan, man.
Now we're here, man. We're here, man. The club football's back this weekend. Obviously, big up Chaps as well. Good to see him. Obviously, I've known Chaps for a minute, man. So it's good to see him on. I know he suits the show 100%. Big up Rhino every single time. Do-rag Rhino. And then we've got Woolly Hat Neji. And then we've got obviously Skippy Hat Saeed. So yeah, man. We all got the caps on, man. We all got the caps on.
Cap settings. Come on, man. There's no barber. You get me? My barber's coming soon, man. You get me? It's been a while, man. It's been a while. What are you telling me, Traps? What are you telling me? What's going on? What's going on? I always see you cussing someone out on Insta, man. You know what I mean? What's
Too
going on,
funny.
Traps, man?
Listen. I'm not having it off you trolls. Just let that be known from now. Yeah, I see all your comments. I see everything that's going on. I am here for you, for your entertainment. So if you message me, I will message you. But big up to the Mandem. Happy to be here again. Big up Rhino.
Come on.
Big up Neji. Big up Ty. Big up everyone in the comments. Smash the likes. Let's go, man.
Hey, actually, sorry,
Come on,
quick
man.
one. Roms, check your WhatsApp after the show. Bless.
Yeah, man. Big up Rob's always in the building, man. You get me? Even though he's ops, it's all love, bro. It's all love. Lay G with the cat, you get me? Hot shot.
Come on, man.
Cat. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying? What are you saying, broski?
I got the mascot people, man. He's the mascot for the Mandem. Do you know what I mean?
Come on.
He's about, man. You have to get down though, because I've only just got back from work, man. But listen, shout out to people and shout out to Roms as well. It's a real one, you know. Man reached out.
Yeah.
Like,
Good guy, man. Good guy.
About two episodes ago, man. Good show, some mad love, bro. So yeah, shout out to Roms. Obviously, big up my guy Rhino. Traps again, second time in the billing. Bullet in there. Obviously, Rastafari time in there as well. My general, Chargy. Do you know what I mean? Want to get the girl them nice. That's the size job, man. Shout out to Saeed, of course. Obviously, I just seen Sunshine as there as well. Shout out to Queen Sunshine. I actually don't know her personally. We just got the similar name. So shout out to the Queen Sunshine in the building, man.
Always. Big up to Sunshine in the building. And also Rhino's in the building. Rhino, you get me? People are messaging me abracadabra, they're saying in the chat, man. It's mad out here. Shout out to you, bro.
Nah, we're there, man. We're chilling, man. Big up the Mandem as always. Nage, Traps, Ty. Obviously, Leon's not here, but yeah, big up. Side as always, you know, it's a pleasure, you feel me? Big up the chat as well. Big up Roms. We're here, man. It's... Yeah. Right,
a lot to discuss, man. A lot to discuss, man. I can't lie. This Mandem chat's gonna be entertaining as usual. Big up Nedu, always in the chat, man. Paying my rent. Big up Saeed, Rasta, Ty, Traps, AG, Rhino. Love to all. Big up the chat too. Smash the like. Yeah, man. Over 400 in here already, man. Make sure you like the video. Leon should be here. Musa can't make it, but Leon will be here anytime soon.
Well, shout out to Musa, always. Shout out to Musa, man.
Yeah, shout out to Musa as well. Yeah, man. Big up Musa as well in the building. But yeah, Mandem, how we feeling like? I don't know. The WhatsApps are blowing up on Saturday night, man. I start off with you, Tyrone. Like, has it kind of sunk in yet that Sheikh Jassim's gone, man? It's over. The dream's over. It's for me. It's still. I still have to pinch myself. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro.
It's over, man. It's over. You know what? It hurts because now, do you know what? Initially, I think that day by day, I think of different and new things because I feel like it's like when a girl. Obviously, it's like when a girl or something goes bad with a girl, or you break up with a girl, your emotions are high at the first day, but day by day you start thinking of like loads of different strings in it, and that's me right now with Sheikh Jassim. Like the bottom line is, right, when did we first go on sale? I'm talking like what, end of last year?
November time. It was
nearly a year. Think about it, right? So what annoys me and what I've come to my conclusion today is like we've done 11 months of this whole process, and the conclusion at the end of it is that Ratcliffe gets a 25% stake. That's what I thought of today. Like, we've done an 11-month process, back and forth, this and that, whatever the reporters are saying, whatever's actually gone on behind the scenes. The truth is, first got broken, that was 11 months ago, and we've come to this week, and it's only a 25% sale. So the whole thing has basically been a mess, man. It's like a girl, you know, I don't get led on, but it's like a girl leading a man on, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end, she's telling you that she's been dating her next man for 6 months. Like, literally,
Bro.
it's one of them ones where, yeah, like, I'll just be honest with you. I'm disappointed. First of all, I did want Sheikh Jassim, like a lot of us did. And the reason I did is not because it shaped the team and he's from Qatar. The bottom line is he wanted to buy 100% of the club. He was going to buy out the 100% of the Glazers. They would have been gone. He would have made investment. It would have been an immediate impact, and he would have changed the structure as well. So for me, everything we wanted as a Man United fan, Sheikh Jassim was promising. I'm not going to sit here and say he would have carried everything out straight away. We don't know that. But he was promising everything that we wanted as fans. Now, we're going to still have the Glazers here. He's going to have 25%. He wants control of the football inside. We don't know if he's even going to get that. And the Glazers are still here. And everything's still going to be a gradual process. Now, I was chatting with Cass the other day, and I said, the eventual ownership of Jim Ratcliffe, he wants to have that. We don't know what the time is going to be before he gets that. My man is, I'm not going to lie, he's quite old. I'm not going to try and wish bad on him. I'm not trying, but he is old, right? And the Glazers, there's 6 of them. He's not going to come in and wipe out 6 of the Glazers within 2 years. It might be 2 of them go within a year, then 4 of them go in 3 years, then he gets the club in 5 or 6 years. It's still going to be a long process. So, yes, I'm disappointed, but the realization for me is, Man United fans, I've got to keep it 100. I'm not going to sit here and sulk anymore. Like my dad says, he's a rasta. You know what I mean? If the milk's spilt, don't point moaning about it. You got to clean it up. It ain't going to clean itself. So we've got to move on. And, we've got to try and have optimism that hopefully if Ratcliffe comes in, he can do some things right, because that's all I can hope right now. It is a bit hopium, but if he wants to come in and take control of the football side of things, then hopefully we can, move in the right direction. Because the truth is, right, and I know it's not our money, we have spent money on like the Di Marias, the Falcao loans, with extended players' contracts and done bits and bobs, right? If we do get a football man in and we do spend that money again and we have a proper structure and get the right players instead of spending it on stupid players, there's no reason why we still can't compete. We have beaten the best sides in the league last year with Ten Hag, in his first year in charge. We have won a trophy already. We did get top 4. So there is room to say if, they do work out a few things and get it right, that we can improve. But of course, it's not the ownership I want, but I've got to move with it, man, and find some ways to be optimistic. That's how I've come to my conclusion.
You know what? That's the best way to kind of think in that regards. But the only thing is, and I go to you, Traps, is like, bro, you're still, the Mandem are still upside. You know what I mean? The Mandem are still there. You get me? Like, I don't know. If I don't like someone, I'm never near that person, innit, Traps? Like, if you don't want to work with that person, you get me? You don't want to work with him. And he's gone in there and said, yo, we could be best friends. Let's make a bad situation out of something good. Like, I don't buy into that, man. I would never work with the enemy. So why is he working with the enemy? Okay, he might not say they're the enemy because he's not, I don't know, he don't have that tribalism. But, bro, like, he's a United fan. He's meant to be Manchester through and through. But he ain't all that, is he? And he knew the fans wrote a banner saying full sale only. It's not as if we said partial sale. We said full sale only. We want a full sale, not part sale. We want a full sale, bro.
Yeah. Look, I told you, you have to step away from how your views are. You know what I mean? If you don't like someone, you don't like them. You don't want to be in bed with them, whatnot. Don't get me wrong. I agree with the same thing. I feel like Jim Ratcliffe getting into bed with the Glazers is a bit mad, and I wasn't going for it. But if you think about it like this, you've heard this saying for many, many years. It's nothing personal. It's just business. Jim Ratcliffe has been smarter than anyone else in this process. And he's turned around and gone, these lot ain't fucking selling this shit. Yeah? They're not selling this shit right now. Yeah? Because you're hearing about forecasts of 10 million in a few years and whatnot. So he's like, you know what? I need to get my foot in the door somehow. So 25% is how I get the door ajar. So I'm in the door now. Yeah? Sheikh Jassim wasn't really having it. He wasn't going for that. He wasn't going for any play. He was like, listen, I'm the big man. I can turn this club around. And I want 100% of this. Jim Ratcliffe knew that it's not the case. You're not going to get that. So he's wormed his way in there. And it might look from the outside, looks like, he's getting into bed with these lot. But if he's actually saying, right, I need to get my foot in the door, then I need to take this over gradual for over a few, 2, 3, 4 years. Then I don't think anyone can really argue that, because if Jim Ratcliffe signed the deal to say 25%, next year, 40%, year after that, 60%, then this is the beginning of the end. And if he gets control of the sporting operations, like, let's be real about it. Like, people are thinking about Jassim, the takeovers, we're gonna be the richest club, we're gonna do all these things, we're gonna revamp the stadium, we're gonna do all this extra stuff. We're not Newcastle, bruv. Yeah. At the end of the day, Manchester United can attract the best players if they're winning trophies. They can do all of this. So all he needs to do, if he's in charge of the sport operations, acknowledge that he is not the football guy, and go and get the football guys in and say, look, this is the problem. We've had these men here. They're not the football guys. They're the bankers and that. We need the football guys in now. We need the scouts in. We need the best talent and the best players to come back to Manchester United again. So I'm employing the best in the business to make that happen. So, I mean, as United fans, I said, look, you can't argue with that, right? Because at the end of the day, you're not getting a full sell. Yeah, but no matter what you do, kick and scream, you're not getting a full sell. I don't think we've done enough. I feel like Jassim was like, I'm here to save you. And people,
you know, it's a world record bid. He paid double the price. You know, what more do you want? The club, what the club's
I agree with Chaps. Us fans, including
yes.
me, all of us here, we didn't do enough, bro.
Yes, but I feel like
that. I understand
like saying,
that.
I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you, right? But you lot need to do more. So you think staying in the stadium for another hour, yeah, whilst they keep the bar open,
I hear you.
Getting thirsty.
I didn't agree with that idea, by the way. I didn't agree with that idea, by the way. But yeah, go on.
And I mean, cool, right? So that's one part of it. So you saw that you've been in this process for 12 months. The Glazers haven't even come out and spoken about the situation. They're not even interested in the slightest. They don't care. I can't remember what game it was at, but the Glazers was in some kind of concourse. One of the Glazers in a concourse, and they were saying, we want Glazers out. And he was there laughing. So, I mean, I'm not too sure where it was, but they're not bothered about this whole protesting stuff. So you know what you had to do? You had to up the ante. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to promote violence, but when PSG wanted certain people out, they went to the yard. They went to the yard and said, listen, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? You need to bounce, big man. You know what I mean? Mm. When Ajax was bottom of the league and they weren't investing in the club or whatnot, they started smashing up the place. So they upped the ante. We didn't up the ante. We just thought we want Glazers out. We want Glazers out was going to get us what we was getting. But you know what it was? We was led into a false sense of security. People were putting that. This is the problem with social media as well. People with their sources like ketchup and barbecue, are going around saying that 99% sure Jim Ratcliffe is done, and 99% sure that Jassim will take over at this point. And this source from this place, your sources are rubbish, bruv. Yeah, find your source and beat him up, bruv, because he has led you astray. And now people are sitting back thinking, we want Glazers out. We'll just chant it because the Glazers are going and Jassim's buying. Unfortunately, that's not the case now. So I'm not going. Jim Ratcliffe is not a dickhead. He's not a dickhead, right? So he's the UK's richest man. He's worth billions. So he's done something right in his life.
Does it make you feel better, Chaps? Yeah, that he's managed his own niece, and obviously they're second in the league right now. They didn't like him a year ago. I know that the fans weren't happy, but obviously they're second in the table right now. But the fact that he's owned a football club, does that give you a bit more of security, or is that irrelevant to you? No,
I think it's irrelevant to me because you see what he does at Nice. That's a completely different ball game, and it's like when you look at. People say, oh, he owned Nice and Nice was, people weren't happy with him and they was finishing top 4 before he turned up and then now they're finishing 9th and this and the other. But Man City owned Girona, mate, and they was flipping relegated whilst they was during their ownership. So that part of it is irrelevant. The only thing I can say is that we've now got a source where we can send players and get players from the French league. And if we're not good enough for United or they're young, they can just go there and do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's part of it, but it's not a defining part for me. I don't think it's defining.
Let me bring a question in, and I'm going to bring Neji in. Let me just get the super chat. Big up Nedu goes, in my opinion, if Ratcliffe is truly charged on the football side of things, I believe he'll get the footballing personnel to build a proper team. By the way, Neji, I'm coming to steal your dog.
Man said
your dog. You mean cat? Cat, bro. Is this cat? Wow. Big up Nedu, though. Guys, there's almost there you go. That is a cat, bro. It's a different type of cat, but that's a cat. Guys, it's over 700 in here. Make sure you're liking the video, people. Let's get them likes up, man. It's well low at the minute. So get them likes up. You know what? Yeah, I hear the optimism, Neji. I hear it. But a lot of ifs in his semantics and what he's trying to say. Like, there's a lot of ifs, man. What if the Glazers give control? What if, it's been signed off by Joe Glazer? bro, what if we don't even get the best in class? I'm hearing one guy from PSG, you know what I mean, that apparently built, Neymar and Mbappe and all that. That's a failed project when you look at it from my point of view. And Compass has brought in a new project, and they may be seeing something different. So, and you got this guy from Sky Cycling coming in, apparently. Bro, man,
All of
I
this.
don't know, man.
Listen.
Oh, what, Dave Brailsford?
I just
yeah, he's coming in. Apparently, he's coming in.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they're talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We were talking about the Straight Jacket podcast. He could be one of the people that could be coming in. He's at Ineos right now. Him,
yeah,
the
he
other guy,
does
the
like
French
Sky.
guy.
He does the Sky cycling team and all. Yeah, he does all that. I know he is.
But is it bad? Is it bad? Is it bad?
Nah, it's not that.
No, it is for me. Yeah,
it's just not a football.
That's all good, man. It's all good, bro. I think for me, I've just got sympathy with the fan base, man. Do you know when? How can I put it? Man, so what you feeding the cat, leftover rice and peas, brethren, man. Leftover rice and peas, trust me. When I cook food, I don't even get any myself, bro. Trust me, cat's all over it, man. But yeah, listen, I think I side with the United fans because sometimes when things are so bad, you start thinking of silver linings in your head just to bring you some form of peace, and I think that's what people are holding on to, man. It's a part of the process of disappointment, man. You go through the acceptance stage, and I think that's where people are at right now. You have the pain, you have the anger, you have the frustration. After that, it's let me reason with myself, let me try and find silver linings to make myself feel better. And I think that's where the fan base is at right now. And then at some point they'll be like, raw, even them silver linings ain't coming through. Let me just regulate my head and just do a mazza. So yeah, man, for me, I was numb when I found out. I was just numb. And the reason I was numb is because like me, like or not, I'm as balanced as anything, man. So I take everything into consideration. Things that I think I'll get gassed over, things that'll be the worst outcome, and I find the middle ground and go, okay, if this cool. So I'm always cool no matter what. But the numbness simply came from the simple fact that I had a little bit of hope of if it goes the right way, we go and get the right owners, cool. But the things that people were looking at in terms of what people need to understand, is, and again, the perspective of how our owners see it rather than how we as fans see it, because the owners don't share the same mentality. So all the things that we were getting gassed over, the new stadium, 1.5 billion being invested, all of these things sound amazing. And don't get me wrong, I want them. I think every United fan wants them. I think I can speak for everyone on this one and say we all wanted that. But imagine you're going to businessmen who don't care about none of that. I don't want to hear about it, bro. I'll be honest. I'll be like, why are you telling me that, bro? I actually don't care whether you want a new stadium or what you got. I don't care. It's not my business. So we're looking at these things going, you know what? It makes sense if we go with Sheikh. And it does. It absolutely does. But at the same time, half of the things that I proposed, the Glazers don't care about. And if they don't care about it, why am I going to sit here and start caring about it, filling myself up with gassed emotions, knowing that that's not a reality? So I can't go down that route personally. So for me, it was a simple case of the Glazers have asked for too much money. They've paid, I think, Sheikh Jassim's bid that was reported was more than enough. And I think it was respectable given the simple fact that, again, how can I put it? The stock prices of the club and the value of the club, he's giving more than double than what it's actually worth. And it's only going downwards. So I think they wanted a sale, don't get me wrong. But because of how they are, they're very stubborn-minded to the point where it's lunacy. You think you can't be that lunatic, like genuinely. But they wanted serious money. And it was nowhere. We were never going to get that ownership when you start seeing those figures. When Glazers potentially start saying, 6-7 billion, you have to believe them, man. Because the reality is that that's the type of mentality that they got. That's why we can't connect with them, because we think they're on lunacy land. Like they're out of this world. So for me, the Jim Ratcliffe situation, look, I'm not, as long as the Glazers are there, I'll continue to ask this question, Mandem, and no one's ever been able to answer it. And I keep saying to you, do you know what I'm saying in the chat? Like, tell me one reason why the Glazers in 18 years are all of a sudden going to stop with their initial intentions to earn money from the club and start putting football first. Once you can answer me that with an answer that actually is logical, hopeful, and goes, yes, this can happen, then I can start sitting here and going, well, Ratcliffe's going to do well then. But the reality for me, my answer to that question is they aren't. They have their intentions. They have their PR. They're going to keep pulling us on emotional strings, and it is what it is. So I stepped back out of that side and just gone, you know what? If Sir Jim comes in, he's basically doing a director of football's role, in my opinion. That's just me. I'm not saying that's exactly what he is, people, if you take me literally. But what I am saying is that he's coming in, he's doing a role from the sporting side. And I have to play devil's advocate here, because I did say it a while back, and I'm never a hypocrite. You know that. I stand by my word. I've always said the Glazers, can run their business however they want to run it. I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to rate it. But so long as they put football first, and they give us an opportunity to put football first, take your dividends. I can scratch that as long as you're putting football first. So Sir Jim right now...
You haven't done that. Yeah.
Exactly. So Sir Jim right now is a different leader. So if he puts football first, I'll be honest, you're going to see a lot of people have some mixed emotions where they're sitting there thinking, Ross, I hate the Glazers, but they've allowed my man to put football first. And sadly, I'm going to be one of them. I have to sit there and go, don't want them in, but you know what? They're putting football first and the results are showing. We're going to have a bitter pill to swallow. And I don't know how the fan base is going to react to that. Obviously, everyone's their own individual, but I'm hoping that's what's going to happen.
But it's all for me. And big up to HK Moon says these the 4 years before Ratcliffe took over finished higher than the last 4 years he owned it. No guarantee he's going to be better than the Glazers. I think for me he's a shield for the Glazers, man. Because now the Glazers have an excuse to fuck up. Basically, they can say, "Yo, listen, hey, no, we're not doing the football matters here. You know what I mean? Like we're not doing anything. You know,
if anyone still trusts that this appointment's going to be a positive, I'll be honest. I think you just, like I said, right at the start of my sentencing, I just think it's a case of silver lining, and you're living off hope, and I'm cool with that. By the, some people have to do that. That's cool, but I don't
think it's hope though. I don't think it's hope. I think basically what we've been told is he's going to get 25%, and he'll be responsible for the sporting operations. So basically, like you said, that's all we care about. And then put it in a nutshell, the Glazers doing that is basically saying to everyone, fuck you fans anyway. We don't care about, we don't want to be involved in your sporting shit anyway. So go, this is Jim Ratcliffe. He's now in charge of that. Leave us alone and we'll collect our dividends. But any sporting shit, go to him.
But you know what's mad? You know what's mad, Traps? You know what's mad about that? And don't get me wrong, I agree with you. But the thing that we're not considering is the majority owners still have their intent. Shout out to Leon as well. They still have their intentions, Traps. So even then, because they've got majority, are they still gonna put spanners in the works for Sir Jim when they has to go and cooperate with these guys? Because
are they gonna get like the final say? Are they gonna oversee?
Basically what I'm saying to you is he's still working under the same regime. So he's got his little hand in the door. I want this director of football. I want these coaches, this nutritionist, these scouts. Cool, perfect. But in order to get those things, because of how much he owns, some of the decisions are still going to have to go above him. And it's those decisions that are critical where we're like, okay, this is why we wanted 100% control, because then we know 100% from top to bottom it's going to be perfect. As long as the Glazers are there, they're going to have to run their business.
There's always a final say after the final say. Yeah.
I mean,
Let me bring Rhino in as well, and big up to Leon in the chat as well. I'll bring Leon in. Rhino, what are you saying about this? You know what I mean? There's a fine line in it. There's a fine line, Rhino, in terms of hope, but also reality. Yo, Mandem, 18 years been the same. So what's gonna change?
You know what it is for me, yeah. I'm trying to look at it at both sides, and obviously I like to remain with the same opinion that I didn't think he was a good fit. My main problem that kind of keeps me in that area of not believing in him is just the whole debt situation. We are in a lot of debt at the moment, and that debt hinders us, whether it's from FFP or, you know what I'm saying? So, that's the problem I'm having. Like, is there an intention to clear the debt over time? Because the debt is part of our footballing problem, you know? It's hindering us from spending a certain amount of money and doing certain things. So if there's an intention, like Neji said, to kind of slowly bring back the footballing operations into a good position, then I'm all for it. But I just don't see it happening, man. And then we've still got the Glazers overseeing everything. There's going to be certain situations where they have to sign off for certain things. Are they going to really sign it off? You can sit here and have a bit of hope and say, okay, you know what? The Glazers have enjoyed making money. They didn't care about the footballing side. Maybe if they bring someone that's going to sort out the footballing side, they might see it as, you know what, we might make more money. Because if we're a better footballing team, we make more money. So maybe the Glazers might be looking at it like, we're not good football. We don't care about the football side. But you know what? This football side can bring us more money. Let's bring my man in. Let's see what he can do. We're still going to eat because we still own whatever.
Sorry, I just wanted to big up that point, yeah, because I think it's a great point you've made. The flip side of us doing well means that the Glazers make more money. Therefore, why would they sell even more?
Yeah. There you go.
Unless something is
it
like Chap said, unless they have that meeting in say in 2 weeks' time, which has been put back from tomorrow, and they have something in place, which is like a contractual agreement where I think Navy said 20%, 40% in year 3.
Yeah. So no matter what the results, we can still
no matter what, there's something in place contractually. If Jim Ratcliffe wants that, that's what I think he should be doing, Rhino. And I think one thing I want to add on to that, which I think is a very good point, is that I think, where you're saying about, in 4 or 5 years, United can make more money. I think a big lingering thing in the background, which no one has taken into account, is that I think this Super League thing is still lingering, Mandem. I'll be real with you. I think there is going to be something in the next few years where there's going to be a link up, or I feel like these owners are probably the first to find out about anything before anything comes to us, of course. Keep your lips shut. Yeah. This is what's going to happen. This is going to be the things in place. This Super League and thing ain't going away. Real Madrid, Juventus, Serie A, all these big teams like AC Milan with heritage, they're not getting no money now. If you guys look at Serie A, La Liga, you used to get it on Sky Sports, you used to get it everywhere. You can't watch it anywhere. The big league is the Premier League. Now, these teams want to get back competing with the Premier League side. So the best way for them to do it is to keep pushing for this sort of Super League thing. And if it does happen, where these games going to be taking place? All over the world, in America, probably where the Glazers are as well. They can see the capital potentially going up massively from what a Super League does. I also think that's in the background that in 5-6 years, they're already thinking, do you know what? They're going to put out this Super League. We want to be part of this money spinner because it's going to be huge. And that's one thing I am worried about. Obviously, this is hypothetical, but just remember I've said it because in the background, that is one reason why I think the Glazers won't want to sell either.
Right, no, you see that as well,
but isn't Joe Glazer like one of the head chairman of the Super League?
Yeah, but is that even worse?
Him and Real Madrid.
Even worse than
Chaps. They were the two.
Yeah, what was you saying,
they were the top two.
Oh yeah, let me finish. Yeah, so
sorry, Rhino.
Yeah, man. Even Mandem, you guys have even added valuable points to what I'm saying. Like there could be a whole lot of agendas that they have on top of what they're currently doing. Like they haven't cared about this club ever, but they're still making money, and we've been up and down. So these guys are smart businessmen. That's one thing you have to say. If you take the footballing away from it, see the way they bought the club. They bought the club without their own money, and then they're making more money. And if they make $1 billion right now, it's profit. But they know that they've got the long-term vision of we're going to make way much more money than what Sheikh Hassim was offering and whatnot. And Sheikh Hassim, for me, was the main thing that I wanted Sheikh Hassim. The main reason why I wanted the Qataris to come in was because of the fact they're clearing the debt. Because of the fact that they're openly saying we're going to try and fix the footballing structure and whatever. Yes, they could be waffling and it might not be true. They might just be trying to get, play on the side of the fans and get us excited. But at the same time, they know the thing. These Qataris and that, they know about how to make a football team great and whatever. And we are realistically a sleeping giant. If they was to come in, it's curtains for everybody. So I understand why rival fans are happy and they're drinking our tears, should I say, and whatever. But yeah, man, for me, I just need to start seeing what my man's plans are. What is your intentions? When you do get the 25%, what are you going to do? And we're going to see. That's it, man, literally.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up to everyone still locked in. Nearly 1,000 people in there. Let's get them likes up. We're on 253 right now. Let's get them up. Leon, what are you saying, bro? Obviously, it's not looking good right now. We got the dagger on Saturday, man. Saturday, I was there chilling, about to start the boxing and that. Misfit night. I was thinking, just everyone's chilling tonight. I'll be seriously. I was chilling. I don't know what you were doing, Leon, but I was chilling, relaxing, like, you know what I mean? I was just relaxed. And then man got the dagger, man. Are you seeing it differently? Are you like, you know what? We need solutions now. We can't have problems, innit? Like a lot of people think differently in life, innit? They think, you know what, okay, it's done now. What do we do next? Where are you at in terms of your head?
I don't expect anything different from this club, to be honest with you. This is Man United, so this is a shameless club with the way it's run. Do you know what I'm saying? We use like coping mechanisms to try and get through things like what if Jim does this, what if Jim does that. I'm very much a person that sits on the peripherals and I just wait because I don't expect when someone shows their character for who they are already, I kind of this guy's a Chelsea fan, this guy is getting in bed with the Glazers, so If he proves me wrong, fair enough. But I haven't seen anything at Nice. I haven't seen anything through the way he's acted. I haven't seen anything that suggests any difference. So for me, I'm just calling, man. I don't expect us. We're at the lowest of the low. So if we go up a little bit, fine. But I don't expect any sort of sustained success. I don't expect anything major. I think he's probably trying to win the fans over by getting PR and stuff put out to be like, yeah, then I'm going to take over the club. I'm going to bring in a Paul Mitchell and da-da-da-da. But if it's still rotten at the top, I don't know how it's going to work after a couple of years. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even if we do well for a season or two, I don't see how we're going to compete with City and Liverpool. I don't see. But you know what? Let's wait and see, man. But I also, as well, I was thinking the other day, watching a few of your pods, Saeed.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that Qatar are fully out the race, you know, because have you ever done negotiation and you walk away from something and you go, do you know what? I'll revisit. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man's not. You go buy a car, my man's doing a price, and you wait and see what the market's like. So I don't know. Maybe in a few years they come. I don't know, bro. Do you know what I mean? So
can I answer that? Why? So you say quickly. Just my reason why I think it is done, Leon, is just because the Glazers don't want to sell 100%, and they're not going to come back in to accept 25, 50, or 75. If that was up, that was a possibility that it was a full sale, then cool, I'd hear you. But deep down, we will know it's been an 11-month process. The best we've got is a 25% investment from Ratcliffe. They don't want to sell. So
no, they don't want to sell. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I think they're out.
You know the man, yeah, that board, fam. Yeah, sorry, Ty. Yeah, but you know that.
To be fair, now you've been due to get me back.
No, because I forgot about the.
You should have finished the sentence, fam. You just stopped and just done.
But anyway. Nah, because in my head I thought, oh, I'm mad. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, you know the man that this never happened to Ty anyway because he did it well. But you know the man that board Ty, yeah. Then they have like a little comb over and they still tried to hold on to it.
Yeah,
I feel like, yeah, man. I know you never did that, so don't stress. You know what I mean? You went straight for the Rasta after, which is all good. But I'm just saying, there's a portion of our fan bases, which are just moving like that, bro. Just let it go, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm letting it go now.
Yeah, listen, the mourning period.
For this,
see this mourning period stuff, like people that like think about what you lot are doing, people. Like you are mourning an owner that was never your owner. Like you got to man up, man. Seriously, we've been supporting this club, We've been supporting this club, and it's been shit for years. Yes, we got our hopes up, but the harsh reality of it is Sheikh Jassim never even put a pound into this club, and we are still in the same position we was last year. So he's gone. And listen, just hope for the best.
You know what, though, as well?
I think it's delayed as well. I don't know if you've seen it. It's delayed for another 2 weeks.
You know why the Glazers are not selling? You know that, innit? Because I don't know if you can see the plates of football. In my opinion, I feel like football is shifting. So I'll relate it back to my industry, boxing. Yeah, you got Boxer who was with Sky Sports. They put an announcement out this week. Yeah, just taking a bit off topic. They're with NBC. So I think the Glazers.
Swear down.
Yeah, they moved to NBC. Yeah, so Sky's open. So
what?
So, and that's crazy, man. I feel like with the Premier League right now, I don't know if anyone agrees with me with this. I think the TV era of the Premier League is slowly coming to an end, and I think it's moving towards streaming. You see in the model with Eddie Hearn created the Zone where Misfits was on, where you download an app for $7.99 a month and you get all of your actions.
So they got 1 million subscribers in one night, you know. Did you not know that? 1 million subscribers in one night.
No, crazy. Yeah. You got a massive surge the first time they did America as well, like with KSI and Logan Paul that time. So they consolidate everyone to an app. So I think the Glazers are sort of thinking, we're greedy, we're waiting around. If this football thing goes on to an app or the Super League kicks off, let's just see whether we can scam and get more money for the club. Can we get an 8 or 10 billion? It sounds crazy, but the way money works now in football, the way money works in the world, people pay overinflated prices for things. So I just think they're being super greedy. And obviously, I think we're going to be a bit effed for a bit longer, guys. Sorry, but I think that's what it's going to be.
I just think the question, though. I don't think this is about debt then. So maybe
that's not important in business.
Get clear. Yeah, obviously right now the football club is for some reason it's still sustainable. But what I'm saying is though, where is this money coming from? Is it coming from Sir Jim Ratcliffe? Is he going to put money into the football club? Is it the Glazers? Like this is where for me, like I want to know where this guy's going to get the money from. That's because if you want to, okay, the money's been there anyway. But I want to know, has he got the relevant resources for us to kind of go to the next level, the training ground, whatever he needs to do to get this football club back? Because you got to remember, it's not just only buying players and then all of a sudden United are better. Remember the Galacticos? I was watching the Beckham documentary. My man won 2 trophies in 3-4 years. It's not just that. It's everything together. Man City are great because they have everything together, not just not just one thing. It's a combination of everything, and that's why I want to know: has this guy do it, or you know what? Is he bluffing everyone, saying, "Yo, man, I'm gonna do something," but when I get there, yeah, man, I was joking with you, man. I just want to get my foot in the door.
Well, you might be able to answer this, but across my mind, I saw it on Twitter the other day, and I thought it's a good thing to bring up. So I don't know if you know this, but apparently, when he tried to go for Chelsea, apparently the bid was 4 billion. Now let's just take that as literal. Let's say he's got 4 billion. If my man's put 1 point whatever billion in, that means he's got 3 billion there or just under 3 billion there to play with. Does that not seem?
Wasn't he using outside money though? Wasn't he getting other people to invest?
I don't know. I didn't.
That's what billionaires do, don't they?
Just remember, I said I saw it on Twitter, so it's just a question.
He was getting JP Morgan to do it as well, but he also bidded too early. He wasn't meant to bid, and apparently he went into the process too early. And then when it was time to do something, he didn't really have any kind of answers, to be honest with you. So I don't know, but he could be a good bluffer, Mandem. He could be a good bluffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I don't know it. Like this guy.
I just want realism, man. I don't want no bluffers, man. I want real people, man.
Ratcliffe has not bluffed his way through life, bro. Come on, let's be serious about it. Jim Ratcliffe's not some brokey from the ends, bro. Trying to bluff himself with a spliff or something, bro. He's trying to buy a club. You know what I'm saying? He's gone through like the Rain Group. Like they do checks on you to say, bro, can you afford this? Sustainable checks. Even when you go and get a loan from yourself nowadays, you have to do them sustainability checks and that. So Jim Ratcliffe ain't no brokey. Like people are thinking like, he ain't got no dough. All these myths and that.
Yo, listen.
He's on the end of the phone, man, asking people about new O2 contracts, and O2 don't even exist. It's all mud. Orange and all that.
Yeah, but you know what it is as well? Like, it's like you said, billionaires, one thing about billionaire, like, I've seen little things on like Instagram. They don't like to spend their dough. They love credit. Yeah. Because credit allows you to make money without spending your own. It's as simple as that. They don't see. People look at money to pay bills or money to live and whatnot. They look at money to make more money. You understand? That's money is a product to make more money with. Do you understand? So they don't look at it like that. So you're looking at the club's in debt. But they're looking at it as, all right, the club's in debt, but we make this much. We pay off the interest and we clear this much. And because at the end of the day, right, even if they went in and paid the money and said, right, we're clearing the debt tomorrow, cleared it. Now the club still runs it by itself. They don't need to put any dough in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the club will still continue to make money. So it's not a thing of the debt. We've been in debt from the
also going back.
It's not important debt in this kind of business.
No, it's not important.
No. I get what you mean, but you're also looking at the package Sheikh Jassim brought in. It was a more sustainable package for the future. It was a more kind of like, you know what? This is the process. You don't know what the process of Jim Ratcliffe is. Can you tell me his mantra right now? Do you know what he's coming to do right now at United? Do you know?
He's going to scam the fans, I think. I think he's going to do... Do you know what he's going to do as well? You know what he's going to do?
I don't know what
I'm doing this there, then I'm going to do this. But you never know. And you're like, bro, this guy's bluffing, you know. There's always one man in the neighborhood. Yeah,
has he still got Nice? Is he holding on to that as well as United, or is he selling?
Yeah, he will hold on to that.
This is another scam. I don't know if you lot have copped in January.
Two clubs then?
Yo, do you know what's going to happen in January, right? Have you guys caught what's going to happen in January in the summer? We're going to get a couple of Nice players. He's going to make it look good. He's going to buy some cheaper options and load our squad up with 3 or 4 players. I think he's going to do that. To Debo, and I've got some stars and Rare. He's going to try and sell this dream to us that it's just rubbish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What about the director of football? Let me go to Tyrone. Director of football, Paul Mitchell. Them man there. Are you feeling them? What do you reckon to them man there? Like,
you know what?
Is it go on.
The truth is, if you said Paul Mitchell or no Paul Mitchell, I'm taking Paul Mitchell, because when I look at Paul Mitchell, I know he's at Monaco, and I don't say I support Monaco, but if I had to pick French teams that I like, I always enjoy like Monaco. Obviously, Evra came from there. They had the Mbappe era, Bernardo Silva and all that sort of stuff. But when I look at Paul Mitchell, the big thing was the Premier League. Now, he was the key person that worked to Mauricio Pochettino. Now, I know Pochettino didn't win the league with Spurs, but when I look at what Pochettino done at Spurs, the players he brought in, the football he got them playing. And yes, I know Tottenham and Man United are naturally, the bigger club. I'm just looking at the football perspective. They played good football. They won 17 out of their 19 home games. He brought in Alderweireld, he brought in Heung-min Son, brought in Dele Alli, he brought in a lot of players that actually ended up being successful. And also, it weren't the biggest names. I'm not saying Tottenham would attract the biggest names anyway, but I like the way of thinking of the players he went for. So for me, he knows what he's doing when it comes to football. We complain that Manchester United don't have the right people upstairs making footballing decisions. If we then don't go and get someone that's been in the Leipzig group, in Salzburg, Leipzig, all that, been to Tottenham, done the Premier League, been to Monaco, which is obviously in France, and Monaco, obviously quite a lot of dough down in that area of southern France, he can make footballing decisions. So if I go and sit here now and say I don't want Paul Mitchell, it's technically we're being hypocritical of what we want, because we want footballing people upstairs. So for me, I feel like Paul Mitchell is ready for this step. Like if you actually ask me about Paul Mitchell now, look at the clubs I just named. There is a Leipzig in there. There is a Tottenham Hotspur, which he did make good with Pochettino. We know he can work with a manager. He went to Monaco. He hasn't managed, hasn't been a sporting director at a Real Madrid, a Barcelona, an AC Milan or Manchester United or anything like that yet. But to be honest, when we're all employees or whatever you do in your walk of life, you don't just jump to the biggest place anyway. You have to feed yourself and work yourself around. And now he's probably ready for this biggest step up. He's had a break as well. He lives back in England. I think he lives back in Manchester. So for me, it styles make fights in boxing, and styles, can make fit at the football club. And I feel like if Paul Mitchell come in, it would be more a better step in the right direction. That's what I would say. I'm definitely more than yes than no.
Ty, can I ask you a question on that?
Yeah.
With like, if he brings people in who know football, obviously the Glazers, their advantage is having people that just go with what they say. Yes, people. So do we think that, like, if is he going to have a limit of the amount of people he can bring into the club? Do you think that the Glazers will let them just basically imagine a board meeting and you've got loads of people saying, yo, you need to do this, and they're like, whoa, that goes against our agenda. Do you think they'll let it get to that point? Do you think he'll get the control?
This good question. This is, and Southampton as well is another one to name. When they had Graziano Pella, Sadio Mane and all that. See another one there. It's a great question, because how I look at it is that I said it just before you joined, Leon. I know it's not our money and the dividends, whatever it is. Man United has still spent money in the transfer market. We're still actually, we still got Anthony for 80 million.
Oh, high spenders.
Million. We're high spenders. When you look at Man City in the last 10 years, we probably matched them. However, Man City brought in the right players and done it the right way. We didn't. The Di Marias, even though I loved him, Di Marias, Falcao's, Ibrahimovic's, big contracts, this and all that, free contracts.
Sorry, Ty, just to add 5 seconds onto that, they bought with the vision of where they wanted to go as a football club.
Where they wanted to be. For the
every
manager.
Season was consistent according to their long-term vision.
For the manager, you look at the Joe Hart situation. Claudio Bravo went, then they bring in Edison because they wanted the right player for the right manager. So for me, we've still spent money, but we just haven't done it really the right way. And
how does that go against the commercial aspect of what they need to do?
So that's separate. That's for me. That's separate. If you want to be a big football club now, you look at some of the most successful teams in the world right now, and you look at Man City. They haven't got commercial superstars, bro. They've got football players that get results on the pitch. And the commercial then comes with it because you've got little kids now wearing Man City kits just because they're the best. So your commercial side flips. It's not about how, they've got
thingies, man. They got, brother, you go on Snapchat, you see Jack Grealish on Bose, Gucci, bro.
But they're not like, but you hear me, chaps, they're not Mbappe's and all that. At the end of the day, they play for a winning team. So they generate their sort of commercial side that way. And what I think, answering your question, Leon, is I'm not worried about the board meetings if they go in and say we need this and this and this, because Man United spend big money on big players that don't work out. Your job as a sporting director is to go out to players, teams like Nice or Porto, and get these 30 million gems and get these 45 million pound players and 70 million pound players and mix it up. You don't always have to go for the big names. So we should have enough budget to go and do that. And with Paul Mitchell,
get this comment here. Big up Big Men's, He's saying Paul Mitchell's expiry date is 2016. Enough, man, you are waffling. He lost his job everywhere he went after Spurs.
I wouldn't say lost his job. It's at the end of the day, some cycles just come to an end. Would you say Pochettino, because he left Spurs, went to PSG, didn't quite work out? He's an expired manager. That's like saying the same thing. Is he an expired manager because he left Spurs? No, he went back to Chelsea and you can see what he's trying to do. So he's not expired.
Do you want to know something? You see with the players, right? This is why you need a director of football. And like Ty said, Paul Mitchell or no one, you take Paul Mitchell. I'll be honest with you, I'd take Rangnick back because
I would take Rangnick back.
Anything that Rangnick said has rung true about this club, right? But in negotiations with these players, what you have to remember is that you got a Di Maria coming there, right? The negotiations are going somewhat like, cool, we're going to pay you this much, we're going to pay you that much. They're not caring about what you're going to do for us because they already know what you're going to do for us. Di Maria, number 7, Real Madrid, ex-Real Madrid.
Yeah,
he's gonna do numbers for the commercial side of it. So when you're coming in and when you sign on the dotted line, for the Glazers, you've already done your job. Do you understand? So because you're
Facts.
you to stand on the dotted line. So
Yeah.
if you want to sit around and you don't want to put 100% into your training, the Glazers, you ain't going to get a phone call from the Glazers. They're going to be like, listen, you're not the manager, deal with it. You're John Murto, phone John or phone Arnold, do
Traps,
that.
Was it RVP that and again, it may have been a player that came to us or not, so someone can correct me. But there's a story about, I think it may have been RVP when he came into United and he said Woodward told him about how much it would be.
It was RVP.
Yeah, how much you would be earning and that, and then man said, "I don't really care about that."
No, it was
like that's how they're pitching it.
It was Kroenke, man. That was Kroenke that done that to him. Yeah.
Oh, was it? There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
when he scored all them goals, they took him in the office and said, "Look at the numbers." He was like, what about the numbers? I don't care about the numbers. But that's what I'm trying to say. That's what they do. Do you understand? So
that's what they do. When you've
got someone in there saying to you, right, like, you know what? Yeah, listen, we're gonna give you this contract, right? But if you don't score this, or your performance ain't this, it drops down to this, it drops down to that, it drops down to this. Do you understand? It's performance based or whatnot, and we need you to do this. Or do you even want to come here? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to come here because you want to play for the club? And if the agents are in an argument,
that's the question, though.
Move on.
What strategy would you Mandem want? Like, because I'm trying to look at it now. Yeah, would you want these kind of like, you know, Leipzig kind of like players where, you know what I mean, they come relatively unknown and then you kind of grow them, or young up and coming, or do you want a bit experience? Because I remember one of the reports were saying on the Telegraph, some weird reports saying they were questioning Casemiro signing. Apparently Ratcliffe and them guys were questioning the Casemiro signing and whatnot. But what do you think should be the next step for Man United? Like, what players should we go and get? Because Ten Hag, I'm not gonna lie to you, nobody's talking about Ten Hag at the minute because this guy is obsessed with his own signings. So I don't know how he's gonna fit in all of this, you know. I'll be real with you, man.
Is he not meant to, though? Like, is every manager that's trying to go somewhere not meant to be obsessed with his own signing? Because if he wasn't, if you're bringing in players, that's like you, Saeed, yeah, starting this channel now, being obsessed, getting all those man in there, say these are the boys, these are the Mandem, yeah, and then the people in the comments are getting vexed because, you know, you're obsessed over us not coming into here, but they want next man, and sitting there thinking, well, it's Saeed's show. He's got to run his thing, shouldn't it? So, like, this throws me back. Now you're probably gonna hate going back to memory lane. That's why I keep talking about your own preference over the manager's preference. You see how relevant it is.
You dug your hole there. He's got
just a matter of time, minute. We're 49 minutes in. We knew it was coming. Do you know what I mean?
It was coming.
It's a perfect time to show that the manager's got his ideas and plans. He has to have his favourites. It makes no sense to go out and buy players and then drop your favourites because you look like a wallad. Absolute idiot. So, yes, do we as fans not want to see certain players? Yes, cool. But the reality is, if he's trying to build, then Sir Jim Ratcliffe, everyone else around him needs to look at what he's trying to do. Because the thing is, I think Ty was talking about it about Man City. Yeah, and I touched on it with Rhino and Traps. We don't have a structure or a style that we're working towards. So we now have a manager who ultimately has an idea and a vision of what needs to happen. So let's not use that as the blueprint and go, okay, this is what our club now, we've got an identity based on what Ten Hag is, because we don't have an identity. We have an identity. Let's work towards that identity. Whether we like the player or not, let's do it. Because that's what Man City have done. That's what every top club has, an identity. Brighton, right now, no matter if you get rid of a manager or player, their identity is still there.
From the biggest players to the little players they bring in, the person above De Zerbi, they're getting in there. It's a partnership. That's what. If Paul Mitchell comes in, whoever it's a partnership. That is what it's got to be.
He's very meticulous, though. Yeah, I feel like when Ten Hag came in the role. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, but I think that if you're a director of football coming into this club, you have to make a lot of things clear to Ten Hag about your vision, just as much as you have to take into consideration his. And at the end of the day, if you're going to sit there and say, look, listen, we need to run this football, this sporting side of this thing and be successful at it. So there has to be, you have to be, what I say to you,
in sync.
You have to then say, you have to channel to the players. So the players need to know that regardless if you bought them or not, if they're not good enough, or they don't play good enough, they will not play. They will not play. And we will be getting more players in, whether players that you like, or maybe you might not agree with to a certain extent, but they will play if they're good enough. Do you understand? So it's up to you now to work out who's going to play for you and who's not going to play for you. Because let's be honest about it. if it's a board meeting and you start saying, well, this one's not playing well, and that one's not playing well, and that one's playing well, they ain't losing their jobs. They've got 6-year deals, mate.
Yeah,
you're going to lose your job.
Yeah,
you're going to use your job, bro. You understand? You're going to lose your job. So
Traps, you said it last week. You said a really good line about the manager. What did you say with the manager and the sporting director? I tell you what I want, and
yes.
Or what did you say? I tell you what I need. You tell me what I want. What did you say?
He establishes what he wants and what he needs. So needs go first, then wants come after.
And then the sporting director says you can get that, but you can't get
exactly.
Because
there's no point in you sitting around and spending, like, for instance, right? You want to spend. I'm not even going to do it. I'm just going to call him by his name today. Malacia for 13 million. Did you really need that guy, or you going to put Mount, for 55 million? But you wanted a centre back, bro. So how did you switch from who made that switch? Was it Ten Hag that made that switch? Was it Arnold?
You see what my biggest point is?
It wasn't a switch. A simple case that we didn't go get Kim Min-jae, and it had nothing to do with Ten Hag.
Exactly.
He has many targets. So there are plenty of target straps that United need. And like I keep saying, when you build a system, you're going to need a whole bunch of players. That's
what I'm saying.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying to you is, if you can't go get a centre back, it doesn't matter what order you get your signings, as long as you get signings you want. Because the reality
this is
it's not FIFA. Like, you can't just go, I need a centre back, so let me keep bashing bare centre backs until I get the one that I want. It doesn't work that way, bro.
Yeah.
No, but you need though. If you listen, it's like this. If you need a centre back and you don't get the target of your centre back, you can't just come with a list of one centre back. That's the only one.
Exactly.
No, I'm not saying there's obviously more than one list, but at that time,
but my point is, how did they move from centre back to a midfielder when that was the priority, the centre back? Who switched the priority?
Well, I don't. Can I play devil's advocate here? Because I know where Naji's coming from. When we signed Malacia last summer, we still got Martinez. We got the centre back. This summer, the priority wasn't a centre back. It was getting a midfielder, and he got his midfielder. So I think you're getting yourself mixed up a bit.
No, because I know what Traps is saying.
Listen, I'm not saying about.
Because this summer wasn't. Because this summer priority wasn't. This summer wasn't a priority. Centre back. It was the midfielder. So he got Mount. Last summer he got Martinez, so he did get the centre back.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not saying that the centre back is a priority in terms of what he. But you're saying it's not a priority right now. But right now, look, we've got Johnny Evans, mate.
It is for me.
No, we're not saying it's not. We're saying
not my preference. We're talking about.
I said it was a priority.
Yeah, but that's my point. That's my point. So a director of football would never have had that in a million years. You wouldn't have had that because
this is the thing.
Why would you can't? That's what I'm trying to say to you. Who made that switch? Because if we're saying centre back and we agree that a centre back is a priority, there's no way you're going to get.
No one said the centre back was a priority.
Traps, let me back you up on this.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused.
Priority was not centre. That means no priority. That was not the priority.
Let me back him up on this.
I'm
not
saying.
No. There's a difference between a priority and the priority. You just said if it was the priority, it's different.
Yeah,
so saying a priority means that you have a bunch, there's a bunch of priorities. Where the priority is which is one at the top of your list.
Yeah, I disagree with that though.
Let me take you back to last week where I made this clip. You signed Onana. Director of football says, all right, you want a goalkeeper, you want to kick this De Gea out, right? So you want a keeper that can play out from the back. All right, you've got the keeper now. So what do you need next? You need defenders that can play out from the back.
Don't work that way, bro.
How does it not? How can it not work?
Let Leon come in. Let Leon come in.
Let's go back because let's go back. Obviously, everyone's going to have their own subjective. Everyone's going to have their own subjective thing because we're not in the boardroom about which one was the priority. We don't.
Factually, it's not even subjective to go that you have one priority, you have one player first, and then another. It don't work that way. So you have a list of things as a whole because the work's done over the period of the years.
Yeah. So this is how
it's not a case of
This is how I read what Trapp said, because no one can say Mount was the priority because we've not spoke to Ten Hag, so no one can say that was the number one on the list. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. The way that I read what Traps was saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Traps, is you go into the board meeting, you go speak to your director of football, and you say to them, "Look, really, this summer I need a centre back, I need a midfielder, I need a striker, and I need this year." Then you say to him, "I want him." He looks at the piece of paper and he goes, "Well, actually, what we're going to end up paying for this guy here, you might have to compromise a little bit. If we don't get him at this price, then we might have to go for this kid who's a similar profile for that price. So that makes sure that you get this priority on your list and you get as many as we can on the list." Do you know what I'm saying? To me, this summer looked like, and it's not his fault at all, it looked like Ten Hag kind of took control of it. And that's why the money got, I think, too much over the last 2 seasons has got spent too much on players, not the right profile, but we've overspent and we've missed out on a couple of players. If you add 2 players to our squad right now, a centre back and possibly another midfielder or a winger, we look a different team, like altogether, if they're the right profile. So, Nagy, you're not wrong in what you're saying about his priorities, but this is why Traps' point about him going in the meeting with the sporting director and saying, and the sporting director corrects you sometimes and says, look, I know you want that, but we haven't got that. We can give you this instead of that. You can have your number 1, but you've got to have your number 3 here. You can have your number 2 there, but you've got to have your number 4 here.
Leon, I
and
agree
they're all
with
within
that.
the same profile of the club. So
Yeah, but
Leon, I agree with that.
No. I think for me, though, the biggest issue for me is it's led by preferences. I'm going to use Nagy's correct word. Ten Hag's main issue is it's led by preferences. And my biggest issue is as well, how did we go from De Jong to Casemiro? I love Casemiro. I'm not going to say I didn't want him, but the way Ten Hag switched up there, and that's why it was a club signing. It was probably a club signing. And that there, Ten Hag ain't going to have that. Ten Hag ain't going to have that. He's going to get me a similar profile. So that's where I'm like, how is he going to fix that?
And again, I agree with you 100, but this is what I'm trying to say about Ten Hag's situation last season. If we know that his main priority was Frankie de Jong, and the reasons again are because of that profile and how and we've seen it this season, how important it is to have a profile like Frankie de Jong for a system that Ten Hag has. He's had to adapt, gone and got Casemiro after 2-3 games that we've played. He ends up turning out, and then again, I'm not saying he's changed the philosophy of how we've played, but the profile of the players and the way we play that system means that we had to be different. This season is now he's trying to actually move forward. Now he's got the ball carry, etc., etc. Now it's a case of the profile means that we're just going to slightly play different, and Casemiro is going to be exposed. So again, it's not that Casemiro ain't good. It's just that he don't fit the actual original system from the first plan. But going back to the signings, you're at Man United. If this was Man City, there's no problem. We've got this is where I do with Traps. It's not just having one player per position. You have multifaceted players, regardless of big name or not, who all fit the right profile, just like Brighton are doing. Just and that's managers as well. So even if it means that Ten Hag needs to get binned off, I'm cool with that, so long as I know that there's a structure and there's an actual philosophy that you're willing to stick with, and you're going to be consistent for 2-3 seasons in the way in which you go about your business. And if a player that you bring in don't work, I'm also cool with that. You ship him off, you keep it moving. But until I see that level of structure there, then I can't sit here and go, we're going to be great. Because like I said to you before, if at Man United, if you get a signing and it don't work out, there's no way you're selling him on in the next 2-3 years, and that player's going to outlast another manager. And that's the saddest thing about it, is these are the small intricate details that we're missing when we're looking at how our club is run and why that is having a negative impact on where we're trying to go, because it literally stops us from moving forward. We can't get rid of Maguire. We'll lose money out on Jadon Sancho. It is what it is. And no matter what manager you bring in, different styles, it's going to happen to one of your favorite players or not, because there's so many profiles within that team. For example, I guarantee Jose Mourinho came in right now, you probably keep Casemiro. And we're sitting there going, I want him for 2-3 years and playing with Matic. And then we're sitting there going, what we're doing? Yeah. Is that Mourinho's fault, or is that the situation that the manager's coming? Because ultimately, he's got to come in and have his preferences. He's got to have his favourites.
No, 100%. It needs to be managed, though. It needs.
Of course, he needs the support as well. He needs the support.
And when you're sitting there thinking about, like one player, that shouldn't be the plan. You need to have a whole transfer window.
Traps, I just said that. I agree. You need a bunch of profiles. I did say that.
I think the other thing we have to be aware of Ten Hag is he's coming to such a mess. Yeah, he's asked to do everything. He's asked to do the role of a manager. He's asked to probably control all the coach. He's probably coming to Carrington and he's gone, what is this? Do you know what I'm saying? He's having to probably do a whole heap. I wouldn't be surprised if the guy gets 3-4 hours sleep, because he's doing everything from trying to control the lot in it. And that's where you need the support, because one man will make mistakes. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if we have a sporting director, we don't pay 90 million for Anthony. We maybe play people like Ahmad more. We maybe not ship the kids off for so little. Maybe Zidane's still here. Do you know what I mean? So
like I said, I want to move on to, because obviously it's like the Amrabat situation. We're going to talk about Amrabat because he's apparently injured. It's like Amrabat now in the summer. Does Man United sign him? Do Man United sign him because he's on loan, remember? Or do Man United say, well, hold on a minute, I don't know about this player here, man. You know what I mean? Not really our cup of tea here. We're going to go buy a better midfielder. I've got links in to buy this midfielder. And the manager will be like, hold on a minute, I want this player here, so bring him in. Well, it's not really worth 30 million, is it? Yeah, I mean, we can probably look elsewhere. And this is where it's going to cause a little bit of friction in that regard, because you got to remember, Ragnick's not here. You know, whether that's from Ten Hag's reasoning or Myrtle, Ten Hag is not here. So people say it's obligation. Is it obligation or is it option?
I don't think
I
it's
don't know.
obligation.
I don't know.
Obviously, no obligation.
It's obligation.
No obligation. No.
Oh, well, there you go.
Check it out,
There
man.
you go then.
No. We've just got the option if we would like, obviously want to buy him. Then I think we had to add on like a certain amount from the loan fee, like 15 or something million to make add up the fee.
I hope it doesn't
I'll
end
be
up
honest with you, like if we do get this deal over the line and we know that Jim Ratcliffe's going to get someone to come in upstairs, if you put a gun to my head and said Amrabat or I trust Ten Hag and my man to come up with a plan, I'm trusting my man and Eric to come up with a plan.
It's sad though, because I hope he doesn't get ruined, you know, where he plays like 10 games, he plays wrong in the wrong position. I'm sick of seeing that stuff, you know. I'm bored of that.
Well, he's injured apparently. That's the latest we're hearing. We got the morning today.
They're doing checks though, Said, because this might be linked. I'm not saying he's been injured from Man United, but obviously with the Man United injuries at the moment, the amount we've got, I have been reading that they're investigating why there have been so many injuries this season for Manchester United. And the funny thing is as well, we've just got the chief of medical staff from Arsenal. He started literally 4 weeks ago. So things should be hopefully improving. But yeah, we've got the chief of medical staff from Arsenal. We've got loads of injuries. They're investigating it. And obviously now this Amrabat situation, which is worse because Malacia and Reguilon are still injured, which he was playing left back. So, you know, Dalot left back, Lindelof right back. The saga.
This is a shit all of a club, man. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I've got no issue, coming for the managers. I've got no issue with that. But when I start looking at certain, like, when I said to you last week about small problems are becoming major problems. Like any club can have injuries. Any club, that's normal. Do you know what I mean? So when man says, "Oh man, Tyrone's gonna be playing this weekend, man," I can see it, man. Watch.
I'm telling you, man.
You know what? Let me sort you a kit up, fam. I beg just run on the pitch.
I'm prioritizing.
I was going to say that pitch invading. They just say, "Yo, pass it."
You play midfield as well. Do you play midfield, Tyrone, as well?
You know what? To be fair, I'm not even gonna lie. Number 9, man. Number 9.
Are you that guy?
Yeah. Man, I'm rapid. You remember Robbie Earnshaw? That's me, man.
Is that you? Don't lie. David Forrest as well.
Last man. Jamie Vardy vibes. But yeah, carry on, Niji.
No, that's all good, man. I've kind of lost my trail of thought now. It's all off. That was it. So,
injuries, but that's
the injuries. So with teams and that, you're meant to get injuries. You know what I mean? That's part of the game. But the reason it's more detrimental for United, again, is because we haven't got the backup plans that should have been there from the ownership and everything else. Like this is the difference when you've got a whole squad that can actually come in and go, yeah, you know what, my man's out, we can replace him with this. Oh, he's out as well, no problem, I can replace him with this. Or I can even get a youth player because our youth system ran so well, that it fits the style of play we're doing anyway. And you know what, even if we have to get down to a youth player that has come through the ranks playing our system and style, because again, it matches what we're doing in the first team, we can sit there and go, well, he's a youth player, but he played all right. And you see that with big teams, man.
Can I ask you a question, and this is for everyone as well. This Sancho Martinez incident, I think slightly, and this is just me speaking, I think it's gone under the radar. The fact that he came back from his injury or surgery, and now he's out again for a considerable amount of time. Do you, man, think he was rushed back? And if so, who do you blame? And that's for everyone. 100%. Open question.
I think, me personally, I think I blame the manager, and then I look at the deeper reasons to probably.
You are blaming Ten Hag. Okay, cool.
Blame has to be on
the
Ten
manager
Hag,
for bringing him back. Again, the key word is if. So if it is based on the injury, like you said, you're speaking from your preference. So if we take your preferences as general, if it is that, then it has to be on the manager. And then me being me, I would go further and ask more questions and keep asking the question, well, why then? Why are you in that situation? And why are they in that situation? And it's always going to lead back to one place anyway. So it's going to be a multitude of Ten Hag for me personally. But I don't know about the rest.
Because I'm linking it to the problems. That's a problem for me. If we all agreeing that he's been rushed back, or we think it's some of the manager, but yet we're still getting loads of injuries. I know it's two different types of things: rushed back and then injured again, and then also people just getting injured. There's obviously a problem from top to bottom because they're two different types of injuries. But actually, it's stemming from the manager or someone working with the manager. That's a problem for me.
I think,
there has to be a balance in it, and this is where my thing is like, who's coordinating things? Like, I don't know, but like, I really don't know who's saying what. Like, I'm looking at the injury record. I'm like, bro, like, how man out for 2 months? Wan-Bissaka's out for 2 months with a hamstring, bro. Hamstring nowadays, they used to be 3 weeks. But I look at the preseason tour. That was a waste of time. I can't lie to you, Mandem. We didn't learn anything from that preseason tour apart from Kobe Mino. Let's be real. Kobe Mino, and that was it. Like that was a waste of time for me. Again, that's not on Ten Hag. It's on the club. San Diego 1 minute. These American man were telling me they were going from East Coast to West Coast to down south. You know what I mean? Like them man were telling me that it's crazy.
Long journey.
Ericsson was talking about Ericsson. Remember Ericsson? He was saying, the time zones and whatnot weren't great. So that aspect, you get me, like, and obviously we started off the season poorly, and we don't know what we're doing at the minute. So I don't know, man. I think with the injury record, it's one of them where I'm like, I never want injuries to be an excuse, but right now it's getting out of hand, man. Like, Hoyland yesterday was getting targeted yesterday. You know what I mean? I felt for him because I was like, bro, if he's injured, boy, we are in trouble, mate. We can't afford Hoyland to be injured. So the fact that he came out and spoke about it, fair play to him. So
when it rains, it pours at United at the moment, man. Like, that's the situation. Do you know what I mean? It's like you get the unlucky parts. You're like, oh yeah, but then those unlucky things turn into hell at the moment. That's everything United seem to touch right now. Just turn into absolute dust, man. Because
Mandem as well. You know what?
We can't catch a break for love nor money anywhere.
Yeah, of course. You know, last year, we if you think about it, from about March until the end of pre-season, our players were knackered, and he just played them all the way through for the last how long was that? March, April, May, June, July. He's played them for 6 months knackered.
Bro,
Leon,
some of my brethren still think the players are knackered now.
They're knackered. They're tired.
That what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Saeed, he only uses about 15. He only uses about 15, and then he plays them.
Catch 22
into the ground, man.
Listen, I don't know about
catch 22. Does man really want to see Lindelof coming on a bench and that because you're going to get?
No, but it's managing in certain games. Saeed, I seen that thing the other day where we played Reading, we'd already through, and the squad he played. I was like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah, them ones there. Yeah, you're right.
Nottingham Forest. Look at the team when we played Nottingham Forest. We won them 3-0 at their ground. He played a strong team at home. When I was at Old Trafford that day, I don't know if Traps you were there that day. I'm not sure, but we were there that day, and I was looking at the phone thinking. People like saying to me, but it's about continuity. I said, nah, fuck all of that, man. I'm like, why is he playing these players? Stop this, Ten Hag. And that's when I was like, bro, he needs to relax. I get it, you want to win trophies, but you can still win trophies by beating Reading at home with a fringe team. You can, but maybe thinking, what can I win elsewhere?
I think I know what Traps wants to say. I feel like it's hard. You can look at it the other way around as well, though, because if you look at it like this, Ten Hag was under the pressure to get us results, and he knew that maybe getting us the results is going to come to a detriment later on, but at least it gives me time to figure it out. And then we've seen this season that he's more kind of on the rotational thing. It's hard, man, because you're doomed if you damned if you do, doomed if you don't kind of thing. It's hard, man.
I'll be straight up and real with you, yeah? If I'm a manager, right, and I'm sitting there, like, I'm looking at two things. These lot want to conduct an investigation. How are you going to conduct this? What do you mean? Like, what is this investigation? Are you going to do forensics? What are you going to do? Yeah, like, these lot are injured. They're just injured, bro. Like, that's what it is. It's not like there's no conspiracy to it. They're just it's unfortunate set of
Traps, imagine the vans pulling up outside or the tape and that.
Traps will be the sickest lads and dads manager, surface level. You know what? I don't care about the science of the sport. Literally, if you're injured, bro, listen, you're playing next week. Go get some ice on it, sort yourself out.
Yeah.
And the second thing about it is that when I think about it like this, bro, you're getting 100, 150 grand, 200, 350 grand.
No, but Traps though, man, it's still. I don't buy into the argument. Money doesn't mean you've got good wealth, health, though, innit? It's still human, though, Traps, man. You got to put into consideration. I get it. They should be moaning about maybe the whatever you're doing, etc., etc. But the level of football that they've been told to play, come on, man, it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Saeed, listen, if you gave me £5,000 a week, to play for Manchester United, no matter how shit I am, I'm playing every game.
Man said crutches.
Every single game.
Man said crutches, just kicking the ball out. Mad thing.
Nah, you know what? You're not Traps, man. That's not reality, bro. I promise you.
That's not the reality, bro.
It's not reality. I promise you, bro.
Come on, man.
Burnout is real, man, and that's down to the manager. He needs to relax. He needs to use a squad.
And do you know what's burnout? Do you know what burnout is real as well? People think it's this physical burnout. You got a demanding manager like Ten Hag trying to teach you his methods, and you're doing that. Then you're playing. Then you might be losing the game. Then you're playing again. And Traps.
You know what's even mad?
And mental.
No, what's even mad about this? It's not even like we're sitting here saying to Man United, but Man City have gone through the same thing and looking at doing the same thing as well. Like, they've even said it themselves, because Man United and City played the most games last season. So it's not like it's just a United. Like, there is something they're looking into, and if they've got the P to do so, I know City have, then you know what I mean, go do your thing, man. Go do your thing. Because
the difference between Man City and Man United is that I don't think our players are strong enough mentally, whereas I do think the Man City players are.
100%.
Yeah, they've got the
sadly, that's dragged them over the line, whereas our ship is sunk. Because
I want to go back to what Saeed asked earlier anyway about what do we want next?
Yeah.
For me, I just want players that are just going to do their job, man. I feel like you know, even people like Rashford and that. I'm not even throwing Rashford under the bus because I still believe that, you know, there's more to come from him. I'm just hoping as well, but he done a lot for us last season. As much as he ghosted in games, he saved us in a lot of situations, and I kind of look at it with Ten Hag as well. Like, as much as he's messing up now, he done a lot last season. So certain people still have credit in the bank for me, even though they're still open for criticism. But I just want players that are gonna. I don't want to go back to the Crystal Palace game that we played when we played the dead Crystal Palace. But for me, the structure of that squad, the team mentality and everything, there was hunger and fight there. And I feel like a lot of players had a point to prove. And I just want our 11 players to put in 90% plus games every game. That's it. Because Man City, and I hate going back to Man City, but at the same time I have to, and I don't mind it. They can play at 80%. When they play bad, they can still win. The problem with us is that we always have to be 100% to win. And that's the thing. Yeah. We lost to Man City in the FA Cup final, and they played at probably 75, 80%. You know, we played a bad Man City, and they still won. So it's just about the players' work ethic and hunger and just doing their jobs. I would love to see a left-back doing his left-back job, a right-back doing his right-back job. We're not putting Bruno on the right side. We're not putting Amrabat on the left-back. And yes, there's injuries as well and whatever, but I just want to see everyone do what they need to do, man.
Bruno on the right after this international break.
I swear to you, bro.
Nah, Anthony's back, bro. Anthony's back.
Nagy, that's your guy, man. Nagy, Bruno's your guy, man.
Yeah, no, but even Nagy knows he's not on the right. I'm sorry.
He's out of position, man.
No.
Listen, I've never once. I'll even listen. I've got seen receipts in the WhatsApp group chat. I never rate Bruno being on the right, man. So yeah, don't try that one there.
Ten Hag,
don't try that. Don't try that.
You know what?
Bruno on the right. I think is for me. That's when I said, yeah, Ten Hag. I can't even defend you on this.
He needs to sort himself out.
I think Ty made a really good point. Yeah, I think he made me think a lot today, Ty, about when I said, "What's the board meeting like?" and stuff like that. Yeah. If you look at the resources that we've got and what we spend and stuff, I think what Ty was saying, and please correct me if I'm wrong, was with the resources we've got, if they're just used better, we will see better.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's what I want. That's what I want.
100%. It can be, it's hard to envision the success, but if Ratcliffe comes in and does the right things there and they come together, we can just get a few tweaks and we can be better because look, we did achieve more than what we expected last year. We nearly won 2 trophies and didn't even expect that. And I know other rivals did have a dip in the year. And I know people might say, look, Liverpool are better this year. Chelsea has spent all this. And the bottom line is I've got to judge what the season was. And we nearly won 2 trophies. So yeah, man, it's small margins at big clubs make huge difference. And this is what we're hoping with his 25%, he can come in and correct them small margins. But it's like Saeed said, it's in 2 weeks, it's this, and it's like, are we going to find out in 2 weeks? He hasn't got control. Like, we don't know yet. But if it does go our way, like, you just got to try and find reasons to hope that he can fill out.
It might give it him, though. It might give it him as a deflection. So they're like, oh, we don't have to take any. It's all on him now. Do you know what I mean? So they might.
Yeah, that's what I was going. That as well. That's true. And quick question, Mandem. Yeah, we say that the Glazers have to do the final sign-offs and etc. etc. And we understand that they're just about making money and whatever. But if, let's say, hypothetically, Ratcliffe wanted to bring in, let's say, a player for 50 million, and hypothetically the Glazers said no, yeah? What do you think, and let's say they're happy to spend the 50 million, what do you think would be a reason for the Glazers to go against something that Sergin wants to
commercial do? Commercial, wouldn't sell enough shirts.
Yeah, commercial, that's what I said. I said commercial.
The only you got the commercial route, or like I think Ty was saying earlier, maybe Traps, where again there's something in the contract where it's a case of, you know what, if I'm having dealings on certain players or what's coming in, I need to be able to control the amount that's going in and out and have the final say on this.
Facts.
And even if it's a case of they work something out where he can go and find that extra bit of money to invest in the club himself. Because obviously we know they haven't invested a penny of their own money. But if Sir Jim goes, I'm going to invest 100 mil of my own money here, then do you know what I mean? It shouldn't be an issue. So if it does get to a sticky situation where Glazers are saying no, hopeful, and again, this is hopeful thinking by me. So I'm just looking at a probability that could never happen. But the probability on the good side is the simple fact that Rhino, my man, goes, well, you've invested 100 million of your own, so you've got full control that you can use it however you want to. Maybe that's a thing. But we just don't know, man. And this is why I think, we were saying wanted a full takeover, because we wouldn't have to sit here have these questions. We wouldn't be having all
but you have to kind of wait. You kind of have to just sit down and wait for the structure of the deal to come out.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That's why I didn't really want to put anything out on social media, because I thought, like, if I put something or give my opinion, and it turns out to be wrong, and it's like, oh, cool, he's got this full control, or he hasn't got this full control. But at the same time, look, I don't think, like I said, the Glazers are not bothered about the sporting part. So there's always going to be money available for the sporting part of stuff that they don't care about. So I don't think if he goes and spends £50 million on a player, I don't think the Glazers is going to be like yes or no in it. I don't think they even want to do that. And I think that's part of the reason why it will take so long to get done. Yeah, because when you're interested, we're interested FC or linked FC, and then it goes on for so long because the Glazers are probably looking at these emails or whatever they're looking at, thinking, bro, I don't care about that.
Yeah, they've got other things.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. So now, what you might even see is that we go for a player, and lo and behold, 2 days later, this is here we go on it. Rather than 3 months later, we're still thinking, are we getting them or are we not? That's what I'm trying to say.
January will be the one, because obviously Jadon Sancho probably going to leave as well. You get me? Like, he's going to definitely leave in January. I don't see him staying around. It depends if we loan him. Would you rather loan Jadon Sancho or sell him?
We need to sell him and get another player for that.
Sell him and get the P, man.
I don't think no one's buying him, to be honest with you.
No, I do.
No. There's got to be people buying him. I don't know if he's going to buy it.
Not for the price. Not for that money.
Not for the price.
But someone's buying him.
No,
50 million quid, someone will buy him.
I don't think no one's buying him, because what you have to remember, this is Manchester United. Man United will pick up the phone and say, we got Jadon Sancho here for sale. And they'll be like, these lot, 350 grand a week. Loan him to us and pay half the wages. Yeah, we're not buying him. Yeah, that's what they'll do. That's what Man United.
But also, it depends on the player's demands, because if he goes, I'm not moving anywhere without getting the same sort of money, then it creates complications. If he goes, you know what, I want out,
another Maguire,
half the money. So,
you know another theory I heard, Mandem, as well. I did a show the other day, and so someone in the chat was saying to me, like, why did Man United, like, obviously we know the money's tight, but think about it like this: Amrabat's on loan, Reguilon's on loan, and he was like to me that he feels like the Glazers knew from time they're not selling, and certain decisions that we made towards the end of the window were done like that because we don't know, we're not sure if we're going to keep those players long term. So, for example, Reguilon, Amrabat, like, we really wanted Amrabat, but why was he specifically a loan? Why is Reguilon's loan ending in January, but Amrabat's one's 12? You know what I mean? Little things like that. And I thought it's an interesting way to think of things. Like, you never know what's happening behind the scenes, man.
Yeah,
you never know, man.
Yeah, no. I can't lie to you. Yeah, go on. What do you say?
I think, like, again, the whole Sancho thing is a bit of a mess, because if Ten Hag exiled him from the thing now, saying that basically, so realistically, in general, he's going to try and get rid of him in January. Whether someone takes him on because of the wages is a different story. But here's the thing: I don't think Sancho is bothered about the wages or whatnot. I don't think Sancho even wants to leave the club like that. I think if Sancho goes away and has a great half a season somewhere, like what Lingard done and whatnot, and he comes back, it pretends Ten Hag with a problem, because what do you do? Are you going to try and sell him? What if he doesn't want to leave? Because if he doesn't want to leave...
No, but Mandem, also Sancho knows maybe Ten Hag might not be in the job. I don't want him sacked, in it, but I'm just saying that's why he's buying his time, thinking, hold on a minute. If I just keep it in right now, you know what I mean? Like, he might not be in the role right now.
Don't get me wrong, we've seen it with many players previously. Like, certain players know that certain managers are going to get sacked and whatever, and whether you agree with that or not, if you're trying to move forward as a club and you take away your biases, the club comes first at the end of the day. And if you're trying to build something successful and sustainable, shall we say, then sadly these types of players have to go whether we rate them or not. Because at the end of the day, if you're building around somebody, do you know what I mean? It's like, again, if Saeed, if people are sponsoring your channel and they're building around you to build it, and you've got Usman here, but I'm here talking a load of niche batting, talking about preference, this, and it's not rating, but at the same time I'm on big contract, and I'm saying, you know what, I'm gonna go to the next channel. Like, I can't come back here and go, you know what, keep paying me, Said, although I'm not being paid by Said, by the way. I don't think anyone is, but, you know, for argument's sake, you know what people are like. But, you know, for argument's sake, I end up leaving, but then you'll still pay my wage and I come back and say, yeah, cool. No, you're going to want to ask me because you're trying to build it on Said. I'm going to be a problem. So that's how I'm looking at it personally, just going, I just don't think Sancho's got a leg on it in the future, no matter what, if we're running the club properly. If we're going to continue to run it how we were, he's got a chance of staying.
Sorry, someone's put pay the man side.
I know,
yeah. No, you know what it is here? I'll be real with you. You know what it is? I'm with the manager in it. I'm with the manager, but I can't lie, yeah. Part of me is thinking they have to come to some sort of an agreement. I don't know, man. I feel like for me, you know, you got to be soft either way. Like Sancho's got to come a bit more soft as well, and Ten Hag's got to meet him in the middle because we got a long season, you know, man.
This is my issue. It should have been sorted out now, though. This is why I think I'm frustrated with the situation now. I think as two big adults, whether one's 23 and one's 51 or whatever it is, as two big adults, I think you've had enough time to mull over things and you should just come to agreements. And this is how I said it. Bottom line is this: Sancho and him have a talk, go for a little walk around Carrington or other man jog around the pitch, and it's either like, yo, we're going to come to an agreement and say, I'm going to come back, I want to fight for my place, I'm sorry for doing this, and we move on. Or you come to agreement and you say, do you know what, I apologize for what I've done, but the bottom line is I don't want to play under you. So you cut in January, but at least you deal with it as adults. This sort of, I don't want to hear this sort of this man done this, or Sancho's watching the under-18s because he still can't go in the canteen and have his mashed potato. I'm done with all that. We're big adults. Like, sorry. This
but how long has he got left on his?
If me and you had
why does he keep coming? Why does he keep coming to the under-18s? Why does he keep coming to the under-18s?
I don't know, mashed potato, you know, I don't even know why. But
let me ask you a question though. Why does he keep coming to the under-18s, by the way? Why does he keep watching the under-18s play?
I wonder if them man have said to him, oh, yo, you got to watch the under-18s. Or he's just training on his ones and he's saying, you know what, I'm going to watch them off my own back. It's one or the other.
He's trying to recruit for the Harlem Spartans, isn't it?
I don't understand it. Like, you don't have to be there. You're not even going to train.
I'll be honest. The truth is, this is taking too long, and I'm sick of it. This should be dealt with long time. If I fell out of any of you, man, there's
more to the story, time, man. There's more
to the story, but it doesn't mean that means the story has to go on for 6 months, bro.
Yeah, but I think you see this part of it, the whole argument between them, that's a trigger. But there's more underlying issues. There's more little incidents that have been going on.
I need to know, man.
And it's just a build up of things.
Yeah, but bro, so what do you want? So traps, you're just gonna let it carry on for 6 months because they've got issues. Just deal with the issues, bro.
Sort it out, man.
Deal with the issue. You spat.
Deal with it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
solution things.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, as a club, someone should be stepping in here and saying, listen, you two have got to come to a decision what's going on. I mean, right now it's died down, to be honest with you, because there's all kinds of stuff going on with takeover, whatever. There hasn't been much.
Ten Hag's got control, man. I'll be real with you.
You're the manager, bro.
If you wanted it dealt with, they would have dealt with it.
No, but this is where Mandem are missing it, yeah.
I can't lie, John Merton's weak, man. He needs to come in and start something out.
No, but this is where Mandem are missing it, yeah. I think Ten Hag is a principled person. I know people like that. When they made the decision, they do not change it, and that's how I see Ten Hag.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think he's just a principled person. By the way, Said, they're absolutely cooking you in the comments. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
They're
saying that Najee's on loan. They're saying that Najee's on loan with no obligation to buy. Saying Said, I'm dying here. It's killing me.
But then maybe Ten Hag can keep his principles, but maybe set a time limit and say if you haven't done this by this, then you're gone.
How long does Sancho got left on his deal though? Is it like 4 years?
I don't know.
So what, Chaps, you're telling me if your boy got sent out of class, Sancho's doing that thing where he's looking in the window trying to look.
Let me in.
Yeah, but you know, that's what I'm trying to say.
Sancho's watching them man eating the canteen.
That's a trap. Traps bust the door.
In the whole thing,
I'm like, I'll be in the room like,
them man are all eating in the canteen and that.
I was that guy, you know. I was that guy, bro. I got sent out.
Real talk, that was me. All man in the class trying to get next man sent out.
People are saying 2 years. People are saying 2 years.
Sorry, 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
That's why he signed a 6 years.
Yeah, man. Nah, I'll be real with you. You know what? I'm one of them now where both of you, enough is enough. Both of you get. You know when you grab one man here, grab one man right now, settle it. You know how? So my parents used to do that. You know, my parents was like, "Yo, little man over there, you come now, say sorry now, both for each other. Say sorry now. Acknowledge your mistakes."
But Said,
this is what we're turning into, Said. Come on, man. Think about our club right now. That's what we're turning into, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'll be real, yeah. If it was up to the Glazers, they'd have Eric Ten Hag and flipping Sancho on Misfits boxing out for
Oh
money,
my
mate.
God.
That's the
Yeah, they
Bro,
would. They would. At Old Trafford at 8 o'clock. They were
You know what,
cancelled
man?
Champions League nights
This
just to
might
get
go
them in the
back
ring to
to
fight.
this might go back to
Facts.
Traps' point. Would a sporting director have taken control and been able to sort? Is that
100%.
Traps? You hear? Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
100%.
Ooh,
A sporting
man,
director-
Leon, you know.
A sporting director
Strong.
is never in a million years going to hear this bicker go on and on and on. The first thing a sporting director is going to do is say, listen, Sancho, take that tweet down. You, me, Eve, board meeting tomorrow morning. And then he's going to say, look, Eric, you shouldn't have called him out like that on thingy. And you shouldn't have put the tweet out. By the end of the day, where we going from here? It needs to stop now. Because at the end of the day, it's in the press. The press are getting hold of it. The fans are getting hold of it. This has to stop. So what do we do here? Are you going to apologize? You're not going to apologize.
Yeah.
Why are you not apologizing? This is X, Y, and Z. This is what he's saying. All right, cool.
Man, they're both being long, man. I can't lie. Both of them, they need to come in the room and start sorting out.
Yeah.
Big up to Moshin says, Saeed and Moroccan, Amrabat is ready 100% for Saturday. He didn't play for Morocco because the coach and medical staff were aware of his back injury from the World Cup, so they wanted him to rest.
I saw that.
So wait, is he telling me he's still carrying an injury or potentially could get injured?
Bro, listen, it's
yeah,
peak,
man. That's what's in it. That's what's by injury players, man. Sick.
So he's
my guy Lucas.
So he's still injured.
Well, based on if that comment is true, then yeah.
But
according to the Moroccan, yeah.
But they want to do an investigation, into why players end up injured. Listen, it's been solved. You lot are buying injured players. That's it. Stop buying injured players.
Yeah. Big up to Lucas towards the 25% equity share. Listen, bro, I'm telling you, Lucas has been putting in the money more than Ratcliffe at the minute, man. Shout out to Lucas, my guy. You get me? Sancho and Ten Hag both work for Man United. Facts, free Sancho. Listen, it's not about free. I'm on about just work together and let's just call it a day. Yo, look at South London. That's why Traps is from South London. That's why
free Sancho, man. Get him a new club, man. Don't free him. Find a new club for him.
Free Sancho.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean?
But listen,
you know them offenders that go pen, they come back up, they go straight to the same ends. No, take to another ends, man. Start fresh.
Listen,
you know what? It could be that, man. It could be that, people. But listen, man, it's been a lit stream. Yeah, go on, Traps.
I'd love to see them get down to the bare bones and have to play Sancho. And Sancho just comes on and has the game of his life.
I think he'll cook.
Him and Højlund,
Højlund.
they would cook, but it's a shame that we don't see it. He's the best player for Højlund, but anyway, it's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. But listen, man, we're going to wrap it up here, man. It's been a good stream, man. I can't lie to you. One of the best streams I've done in a while, man. Big up to everyone. Still 1K in here, 500 likes. I'll take that. Big up to everybody who watches the Mandem talk. Like, this is one of the best shows of the week. I can't lie, man. We talk it out like the WhatsApp group that turns into the group, man. So, big up everyone. Tyrone, big up to you, man. You get me? Big week, man. Sheffield United. Yo, listen.
Yeah, man.
Let's
get the win. You know what? That day's mad, yeah. 12:30 Merseyside derby, 3:00 games, then Chelsea, Arsenal, then us, then the UFC's on, then the boxing's on. United don't miss
weekend's
up.
packed.
The UFC card's
and it's my birthday on Sunday, man.
It's my
This Saturday, proper. Like I'm not moving from the yard, man. Let's hopefully we get the win. But big up, guys. Rhino every time. Good seeing everyone back. Leon, obviously, big up Chats, new edition, great. Neji every single time. He's so excited and like the video. Over 500, so big up everyone supporting. And man, let's rock with it, man.
Yeah, man. Make sure you follow Never a Foul, people, man. Get them 20K. We need to get 20K by the end of the year, man. It's possible, man. It's possible. So make sure you do that. Big up Ron's in the building. Rhino, it's been a pleasure, man. People are saying that's a Ratcliffe chair there, man. Boardroom chair, man.
Yeah.
Where do you get that chair, by the way? I need one of them chairs. Where do you get that from?
This is,
I need one of them chairs,
I think it's an antique from one of my family's chairs.
Oh, this guy's a joke, you know.
Bro,
Amazon van.
We say Rhino heirloom and that, yeah?
Listen, they need to let me in, you know. They need to let me in still.
Rhino the director of football role, man. We need Rhino in there.
So obviously, when I'm doing streams at my mum's, I use this chair in it. So obviously, when I'm at my crib, I've got that kind of comfortable chair. This is comfy, though, you know. I'm feeling like a boardroom guy, you feel me?
Big brother chair.
Big up the Mandem as always, man. It's always love, man. I love it. Like Wednesday, 5 p.m. I'm rubbing my hands, I'm ready, you feel me? Pause, because there's a lot of pause police out there, you know, but I'm ready, I'm excited, you feel me? But big up Ty, Leon, obviously Traps as well. Good addition as well. I've been on the show with you before, so I know the vibes. Neji as always. Musa would have been interesting today. I want to see where he's at with his Ten Hag watch, you know.
Ten Hag watch. He's waiting for next week. He's waiting for next week.
Big up the chat though as well, man.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up, man.
Yeah,
Big
next week, this Saturday, Sheffield, Mandem. We'll see anyway. We'll see. But Mandem and people in the chat like the video. Big up all the guys that are showing their input and always here every week as well. Love you guys as well. Rhino MGTV. Make sure you follow me on YouTube and big up all the Mandem, man. It's always vibes, man. It's always vibes, man.
Facts.
Come on, always, man. Greatest heavyweight baller in the world. Big up to my guy Neji in the building. What you saying,
say
bro?
That one more time. Say that one more time.
Greatest heavyweight baller, man. That's what it says on your thingy there. So I'm just reading it
you
out,
said
bro.
that. Everyone heard you say that twice, bro. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, bro. Listen, as always, man. People in the comments, thank you so much, of course, for supporting the Mandem Talk, man. We actually really appreciate it. Of course, and what was going to say, Traps. I was going to say Rhino then. Traps, shout out to you, bro. Because you know what I mean, second day running, man. It's been sick. Trust me, it's a great addition. I can only side with that, man. So shout out to you. Shout out to Leon, of course, Rhino, Rastafari, and obviously my main man Saeed. Shout out to Musa as well on the Wi-Fi flex. He's probably fixing his hub or something, man. Do you know what I mean? But listen, people, world's greatest heavyweight baller, self-proclaimed. It is what it is. But yeah, Sunshine 47. If you need anything to do with myself on football, modeling, DJ, music, everything. And yeah, man, show some love for the cat, man, Carmelo. And do you know what I mean? He's about somewhere, but the mascot there. Him there, man, in the building. So yeah, man, shout out to you guys, man. Always love, man. Always,
man. Big up to you. Big up to Traps, man. Let them know, man. Let them know what he's saying, man. Who you gonna go at next? Who you target on Instagram next? What are you saying?
Listen, yeah, you know what to do. Just follow me over there and give me some. I don't know. Give me someone. Give me. You know what I need. I need. What do they call it? What's it? Sacrifices. That's what I need. Sacrifice me someone. Yeah.
Come on.
But yeah, nice. Listen, big up the Mandem. Big up Mandem Talk. Big up everyone in the comments. Pleasure to be here. And you know, I'll always give you my thoughts and that. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're not, obviously. But I'm here. Everyone here. Big up everyone, man.
Come on. Always, man. Big up to Trap. Make sure you follow him. And obviously Leon as well, as always, man. You get me? Come on, man.
You're trying to find his Marshall pillow. Now, man. Look at Ty trying to find his Marshall pillow.
Stop it. Yeah, no, big up, man. Saeed, is your birthday today?
No, Sunday.
Oh, right,
Sunday.
Cool. Yeah, man, have to come.
He's going back to Spain, Leon, man. He's going back to Spain.
Is he going back? Oh, you got the call. All right, cool.
Yeah,
man. Cool.
The rose petals. Go on, Saeed.
Yeah, this time, just, you know what I mean? Don't video the thing. But anyway, carry on. Yeah, but I'm joking. What was I gonna say? No, me and AG got a private tickets joke. Anyway, listen. Big up everybody inside. Thank you very much. Obviously, like, feel blessed and all that. Yeah. I might be up your ways on the weekend still. I might slide into that Liverpool boxing thing, so I'll let you know, Saeed, on that one. But big game coming up. Oh, Neji, look what he's using.
Is that a Razak?
The Razak. I'm finished.
The Razak.
But listen, you lot were funny in the comments, yeah. Let's see what else you got. Like, let's see what other nicknames you got for Saeed. That was funny, man.
Ty, what's that?
Big up every man.
Bad boy cream, Astral, the only one, man.
Man's Astral.
Nah, man. Astral. Nah, that's got alcohol in it, man. It makes your skin bad, man. Get the coconut, man.
Get the Razak.
Cocoa butter 2 running for me. I need cocoa butter 2 running. Astral thing.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This is gonna look a bit suspect, yeah?
Get the CeraVe.
This is what you need.
Man's on the baby oil. What are we doing?
Mandem, this is getting too much for me. I'm out of
Man, hey, that's like a quick paint of yourself, bro.
By the way,
are you all painful? It's done,
bro. Are you crazy? Who uses baby oil on their face?
Chap said in his spare time he's baby Adama.
Listen, yeah.
On that note, we're gonna wrap it up.